Hey everyone, Lawa-Na McClellan here with Lawa-Na Company at Keller Williams, and I'm here with Scott Mertens, Luminate Bank, and we are here with another update in our Clarity in Housing series. We have come full circle. We are back here in Portsmouth, New Hampshire.
Portsmouth, great walking city, sunny day. It's October. You know what October is, right?
What?
Best season is the best season, so happy to be enjoying it. What are we doing today?
We are showcasing a beautiful home in the heart of downtown Portsmouth today. We are shining the spotlight on a local business, and we're going to give you a market update on lending and real estate just to keep you guys all informed.
It's been an interesting month, right?
It has been an interesting
For those of our federal employees that watch the show, I hope you're enjoying your furlough. It does create some challenges for some of the rest of us,
Yes.
But I'm super excited to see this property, a single family home in downtown Portsmouth. How often does it show up?
Not very often.
Let's take a
Not
look.
at all right, so this month's showcase property is 95 Daniel Street, a downtown single family home with 2 off-street parking spaces. Let's go check it out. So I'm sitting here with Aaron Prue, the listing agent of this stunning property in the heart of Portsmouth. And Aaron, tell us a little bit about this project, this home, your favorite thing about it. You've been in it since the beginning.
Yes, so this was done by Alden Builders, who is an incredible craftsman. You can see that they've taken time to do very, very high-end finishes. They've restored what used to be called John's Barber Shop, a very historical and sweet building in downtown.
Mm-hmm.
And so essentially you have new construction from the basement up to the second floor. The second floor, when you take a look on the outside, you'll see the original historic details, the historic trim and moldings and windows, which are really beautiful. So it's kind of the best of both worlds. You've got original features, but you've got brand new high quality construction.
That is amazing. I love that Portsmouth did make him preserve some of the natural charm and the historic features that this home offers, but you really kind of wouldn't know it from outside, if I'm being quite honest.
Right.
So with like a staple item like this in the market, what do you see happening in the market right now here in Portsmouth? Like what are you seeing?
So this is pretty rare that you've got a single family right in the center of downtown.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things that's happening in Portsmouth right now is there's actually 44 single family homes on the market, which is the most we've had since—
In a minute.
Right, since
Quite
COVID,
some time,
basically.
yeah.
Yep. You rarely find them right in the heart of downtown here, but you do have the 44 throughout the town, so you've got inventory for buyers to look at now. You also have lower interest rates, so it's bringing buyers out and they have more to choose from, but it's still great for sellers.
It is. It's great for both sides of the track. You know, there's inventory for buyers to compare. Downtown living's not for everyone. You know, for a while it was like just like need to jump on everything immediately, but now I feel like I am seeing a little bit of a pause, like people like really weighing their options before jumping in and throwing an offer at everything.
Which is good. I think that's good for both buyers and sellers. You have less buyer's remorse, you have people making thoughtful decisions, but we're still getting great prices for sellers as well.
Absolutely agree with that comment. So there you have it, guys. The quality of craftsmanship here in the heart of downtown Portsmouth, a single family home with parking. What more could you want?
Yep. Thanks for showing it.
Thanks for the interview. So this month, we're going to grab lunch at one of our all-time favorite spots, Surf Restaurant.
You like sushi?
I love sushi.
Do you like views?
I love a good view.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
To get your wasabi on?
Let's do this.
Let's go.
Let's grab some lunch. Scott, come on. Just kidding. Let's go to Surf.
So gang, we've had such a great afternoon in Portsmouth. We figured let's do our market update right here from the waterfront in Portsmouth, right in front of the tugs, Badger Island in the background. We were talking about that view up at Surf and Martingale because they both have a good view. We figured we'd come down here and show it to you. Let's add a little context. What's going on in the market?
So in the current market here in Portsmouth, we have 44 homes, single family homes on the market right now. As we discussed earlier with Aaron, when we checked out that beautiful property at 95 Daniel Street, there's inventory for buyers to look at, which is great. You know, there's downtown inventory, out of town inventory, there are options, and it's more of a balanced market for sellers and buyers.
I think balance is a good word in there because of buyers and sellers. I think the other thing we were talking about is diversity, right? What was that median home sale price you saw in Portsmouth?
$765?
Yeah, so you know, the interesting thing there is it moved about $100,000 in a month.
It did.
And it's just because Portsmouth is such a dynamic market where you could have a single family home that sells for $550,000. You could have a 2-bedroom condo that sells for $2.7 million.
Correct.
So depending on how many transactions at what price point really moves that metric.
You really have to take it with a grain of salt because it's such a vast difference in price point in this city.
Yeah, overall, what are you thinking about Portsmouth?
I think we're still strong and steady. You know, Portsmouth is a desirable place to live. As long as you're pricing your home right, the condition's good and the location's good, you're not going to have a problem selling your home here. Buyers, you have more inventory to look at.
Yeah, there's more opportunity. So for people that are curious about the buy side and the interest rate environment, to those of our federal employee friends that aren't employed right now, we feel for you. I hope you get paid. But you know, the government shutdown does a couple of things. You know, the mortgage market is really data sensitive. And when you think about not getting data, we're trying to price mortgages with a blindfold. And when investors get nervous, they start to sell assets. So we've got a lot of people that are selling bonds, which actually negatively impacts interest rates. So in the last couple of weeks, we've missed the monthly jobs report, which is supposed to be the first Friday of the month. We've missed the CPI read. So without that data, people get conservative and they kind of, rates start to go up a little bit.
Yeah, right? Buyers are pausing.
The other thing that happened, you may have heard, is rates have come down, and they did, right? But the Fed cut rates back in September, and as a consumer, you think the Fed cutting rates is good for interest rates, but if you look at this chart over my shoulder again, you're gonna see as soon as the Fed cut rates, the price of mortgages declined, which means rates went up. So we had that same reaction this September as we did last September. So good news is rates are softening. And outside of this little rise in rates that's related to the Fed interest rate cut and then of course not having data, we do think we're gonna see a little rate pressure decline and we get back to those low sixes. So great opportunity again, first time home buyers looking at, you know, subsidized mortgage programs. We've quoted a couple in the fives. I did a 20-year the other day that was in the low fives.
If somebody was coming to you today with good credit, solid income, what's their rate?
Open market, you know, 20% down. We're still between 6.25, 6.375.
Okay.
So depending on the day, I do think that in the next 30 days, when the government gets back open, we get this data, you're going to see rates in that low 6 range.
Okay.
And probably for the rest of the year. You know, Fed is going to cut in October. The Fed is going to cut in December, most likely. That's kind of what's baked into the cake, if you will. But again, those are short-term rates, not long-term rates. Mortgage rates, we do feel like steadily under 6.5, moving towards 6.
It's great to hear you say all that, because that's exactly what I feel like lots of agents are feeling out in the real estate world right now. There's a lot of uncertainty, a lot of people pausing. Things are sitting a little bit longer, and I think that's truly what it is just the conditions with the government.
The other thing you and I were talking about earlier today is I've got a lot of buyers that were frozen out of the market, you know, last year, the year before, that are starting to come back, you know, and there's real opportunity for these people to get into that acquisition, buy that home, you know, so I'm excited. We've been really busy. I think the fourth quarter is going to be great.
I think so too.
I think Portsmouth is going to be strong.
Absolutely.
And I think overall, you know, the New Hampshire Seacoast and even greater New Hampshire area looks really good for home ownership. So again, keep it tuned here. Clarity in Housing, Scott Mertens, Luminate Bank, Lawa-Na McClellan, Lawa-Na Co at Keller Williams. We'll keep bringing it.
Guys, we love what we're doing here. If you have anything specific that you want us to chat about or cover, please hop on our messenger, send us a message. Make sure you go over to YouTube, check out all of our videos. We're delivering this to you monthly. We have shorts, longs, and we want you to subscribe and like while you're there.
Appreciate it.
Thanks.